Perfect loop, perfect loop. Okay, let's get in this. Let's get right into it. So hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So today we're gonna make some rice and some mixed veggie chicken fries with the rice. So yeah, we have our pre-grilled chicken over here, and then we're gonna make just a bit of mixed veggies with the chicken as a stew, and then that's what we're gonna have with our rice. Our rice is some sticky aromatic rice that actually has this nice aroma, and I hope you guys like it. So just stick around as I get things running. Yeah, so basically, also if you're new to the channel, I'm always doing live stream, live cooking every single evening. I do live stream gym workout sessions every single day, and I also do live dance fitness sessions on Saturdays because I don't go to the gym on Saturdays. Those are the main three things that I do currently, and there's always the in-between, the up and down, like whichever comes in, but those three are very, very, very consistent. So I hope you enjoy this, and please give the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. So let's move on to the rice. So as you have seen me, I did put 2 cups of rice. And that's something that I've always said here. If you are someone who's struggling with making rice, if you make a glass of rice or whichever measurement, you have used to measure your rice, the water needs to be double that measurement. Okay, so let's say for example you've measured 1 glass of rice. Your water is going to be 2 glasses of water per measurement. Okay, so it all goes with the size of what you measured. Currently my glass is the same size as my cup that I used to measure the rice. So I'm just going to go and pour in 4 glasses of water because I used 2 cups of rice. So our water is 4 glasses. Our water is 4 glasses because I measured 2 cups of rice. Okay, that is 3. And this is our final cup. Also, I have always said, because you can never be 100% sure with the measurement, just add like a tiny bit of water, like a quarter size, just to balance the whole thing. So that's like this size of water that I've added. This is for just in case maybe you let the water overboil, or you let it evaporate, you didn't cover it, stuff like that. So let's get into it. So first I'm going to wash my rice because it's necessary for hygiene. Secondly, once you're making rice, you don't always have to wait for the water to actually boil. In my case, I have used warm water from the tap, but in reality, you can always add your rice even before the water is boiling. This is something that I've done, I have experienced, and I know. So if it's something that you'd like to try, you can do it. If you like to wait for your water to boil, then if that's comfortable with you, then that's okay too. So I'm just going to wash my rice, pour out the first wash, and then add the second round, and then yeah. But I'm also only doing this because this kind of rice has so much to come off of it, and that's why I'm always like trying to wash it twice. But if yours doesn't show signs of too much discoloration, then it's fine. You can just put 1 round of wash and that's okay. Okay, so now my water is clear from the second wash, and that's a good sign, and that's what we're looking for. So yeah, so if you're washing your rice and you want to make sure that it's a bit clean, just try the first wash and the second wash. If the first wash, you will notice, that the water is actually very milky and very unclear. So that means you have to do a second wash. If you don't mind that, then it's fine. But if you do, then do a second, maybe a third wash. Okay? So the next thing I'm going to add into the water that was on the pot is some oil. That is basic rice cooking methods. You add water, and then you add oil, and then you add some salt, which is the third thing that I'm going to put in there after the water and the salt and the oil. So I'm going to add some salt. Just be careful not to put too much, because once you put too much salt in the rice, there's no reverse gear, and you need to be careful. So the third thing that you need to put in, this is if you want to. If you don't want to, then it's fine, but if you want to, this is the part where you also add some spices. Maybe you want to put in some cinnamon, or you want to put in some spice for the rice to be spicy and all that. You can add at this stage, okay? So usually I like to use my cumin Cumin seeds. If you have cumin powder, it's okay. Cumin tastes amazing with rice. If this is something that interests you, then go ahead and dump it in there. I would have loved to have my pilau mix spice, but I don't have it. I unfortunately did not have space in my suitcase to carry everything from Kenya. But next time when I go back, I'm gonna come back with a lot of spices, and yeah, I think that will be better. But for now, all I have used is cumin seeds. If you have cumin powder, it's still the same. There's a lot of people just dump a lot of spices that don't add up into rice. It confuses the taste. So don't put in some ginger in there. Ginger doesn't make sense to me. Why? What is it doing in the rice? It doesn't make sense to me. But if it's something that you guys are used to, then it's okay. You can add your ginger. But for me, don't put ginger in my rice, okay? Don't put ginger. Don't put raw garlic. It doesn't add up. But if it's fried up rice, like it's rice that you need to fry like pilau, then it's fine. You can fry the garlic until they turn brown, then add the spices, then add the rice. But with this kind of rice, it's not necessary, guys. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my rice into the water, and since I already did the first wash, I'm just going to scoop in and dump it. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm just going to reduce some amount of water because it's interfering with me trying to scoop the rice, and now it's in a comfortable position, and you can continue to add the rice into your pot. Okay, and those kind of people who actually put in the last single grain of rice that is left in the water, I don't know, it's just something about me. I'm like, this rice dedicated their life to get to my plate, and I'm gonna let them down, so you know. Okay, so now we have that out of the way. I'm just going to take my spoon, turn in the rice, taste if the salt is enough, because once the water reduces, you're not supposed to add salt. It just doesn't add up, okay? The next step, take my wooden spoon, turn the rice around, spread it all the way on the pan, just go around with it. Don't fight it, don't be messy, don't be rough, okay? Just turn it slowly, so that the salt can mix and the rice can flatten on the pan and cook evenly. Okay, the next thing, let's see. The salt is not bad, but it could need a little bit of adding because it's way too far, and that means my stew would either need to be higher than that, than normal, but if it's balanced, then all the salt on both meals need to be just fine. If it's too far, then your stew needs to be high. It just needs to be at a point where you can feel the salt. Okay? Salt with rice are the worst things ever if you mess up the salt, because the rice is not, it's now like you feel like you just need to swallow it. You don't need to chew if the salt is too much. Also, there's no way you're going to save rice that has too much salt. You can't save it. Even if you bring it back to a boil, you can't save it. It's going to turn into porridge. Okay, so that's why you need to ensure that it's better to put less. Yes, now it's fine. Now I can taste the salt. Is it too high? No, it's there. I can taste it, and once I can taste it, that's good enough. Okay. It's better to put too little than put too much you can't reduce. Okay. The next thing I need to do is I'm going to cover my rice because I didn't soak it. So if I didn't soak it, then the water is already measured on the dot for the rice to cook exactly how it should. You should cover it. Okay? Just cover it and wait for it to boil. In the meantime, we're going to start setting up this. I have some carrots. I have some potatoes. some potatoes, I have some spinach, I have some carrot. All these are gonna go into a mix of veggie fry that is gonna go with our rice. So please stick around. Yeah. And remember, our chicken is grilled. It's pre-grilled. We bought already pre-grilled chicken, and well, we bought it for lunch and we didn't want to waste it, so we moved it to dinner. Okay, so yeah, let me just get my potato peeler. Sitting over here. I need my chopping board. Also, when you're cooking, if there's something that can go before the others are starting, just put it on so that you don't have to take too much time making something while the stove sits empty, okay? So something like rice can always start. If you need to throw something in the oven, then put it there so that you can make other things while you wait. Yeah, so instead of like waiting to start everything at the same time, some meals are gonna be cold waiting for others, but if there's a chance where one can start ahead, then do that. Saves you time and energy. All right, so I'm just gonna peel all my 3 potatoes because I don't need too much. Yes. And okay. And these are red potatoes. Yes. They are not sweet potatoes, they're just red potatoes. Yeah, we used to have this back in Kenya, and I don't know where they disappeared to. I don't really get it, but yeah, now we have the white potatoes, and it's, well, it's still okay, but I really used to love this with stews, and we would often say like, these are the potatoes for making stews and everything, and the other white potatoes was for fries. For some reason, we've convinced ourselves that's how it is. I don't know if it's true, but, well, that's what I've heard so many people say. That the red potatoes like this are meant for stews, and the other white potatoes are meant for fries. To what extent that is true, I don't know. Okay, I just don't know. Okay. Alright, so we are done with our potatoes. That's it. Take off your peels. I've seen a lot of people like not throwing away the peels. They wash them, they deep fry them, they eat them as a snack. Well, that's really interesting. Like, it's really interesting. They wash these peels, they dry them, they deep fry them, they add some spices into it. It's really interesting, you know. And I don't think I can try that, but maybe I should. But then I have this problem with like potato skin where it gets stuck in my mouth. Like, no matter how many times I chew it, it just doesn't go away. And for me, that's my main problem with that snack. I see it and I'm like, this could be really tasty, but like, do I want to try this? No, I'm just scared. Like, I'm scared that I might do all that work and then the potatoes are just going to prove to me what I've been thinking the whole time. The skin is going to get stuck in my mouth, and I'm just going to say, like, what's the point? I could have peeled the potato and like made some thin slices of it and just deep fry them and add some spice. Like, why? Why did I have to wash the skin and deep fry them, you know? But yeah, for everybody that is doing that, great work, nice recycling. I mean, good for you. I have a problem with the skin peels, like the peels. They just get to me, and there's nothing that is annoying to somebody who has cavity issues like something getting stuck in your teeth. And for me, that I can stop in the middle of nowhere and try to like take whatever is on my tooth out, and I'll be like there's a time we went out for lunch with my husband, and then we were at a Mexican restaurant, so obviously there was spice in the food, and so these skin peels from the bell peppers, they just got stuck on my tooth, and you know, like they become like transparent. once you have like chewed them, the inside part, now the outside skin becomes transparent. So I'm trying to pull this out of my teeth. I'm like, where is this thing? I've used toothpicks, I've turned it around, nothing. Nothing. I told him, no, we have to stop. So we are stopping in the middle of this road at this kid's play park or something. And I'm looking for this thing, and I couldn't find it still. So he was like, let's just go home. You're going to find it when you're home. And the funny thing is, once we got home, it wasn't there. I mean, I couldn't feel it where it was, and it was, while I was thinking about it, it was so frustrating, like, no. So honestly, when it comes to things that I have to eat that I know have like these peels that will stay in my mouth, nah, we're not doing it. Okay, we're not doing it. Okay guys, so now we get to our carrots. You wash them, you peel the skin off. If you have a peeler like this, it's a really, really nice, good idea of peeling. You see that? So you just rolling through it and it just takes off the skin. Okay, our rice is boiling nicely and it's showing the water has reduced. Okay, something about rice, once the water has reduced below the rice, you're supposed to start slowly turning your heat down. Okay, otherwise it's going to burn because now it's cooking at high heat with less water. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to check it up, see if the water has gone down. Yeah, the water has gone down. Also, another simple thing you need to do is just run your spoon through it, like across and then across. Don't turn it around like you're making some ugali, okay? Just across and across so that the top rice can get some water as well and become soft too. So once the water has started going down like this, it's time for you to start reducing your heat. So my heat was at 6. We're gonna go all the way halfway to 3. Okay. So at that 3, it's gonna sit there for some time until it's close to drying, and then I'm gonna turn it to a 2 or a 1 or even to 0. Okay. Because at that point, it's very easy for it to start burning. There's no water that is cooking in there. It's just fighting for its life. So yeah, this is us done with the carrots. Okay. To rinse my potatoes one more time because I cut them in half and I didn't rinse. Okay, now I'm just gonna cut my carrots in circular shape. You can cut them whichever style you like, but this is what I like to go with for simple styles. Don't want to make it too complicated. And you should always cut the bottom part first. Yeah. Okay, that's it. We wash the tomatoes, we wash our green bell peppers. Then we set everything aside. Then when we start cooking, we do it all at once. Okay, that's the beauty of preparing everything before you turn on the heat to start cooking. All right, so I'm just gonna wash all 3 of these, and yeah. That's what I need. Here it's just going back. So the water has reduced drastically, and we're gonna go to a 2 or a 1, whichever way you want it. But yes, so basically the rice is cooked, only has some sticky water sticking around, and that is gonna help reduce it without it burning. Okay. Bring in our red bell pepper. Let's wash our tomato. As you can see, things are moving step by step. You don't have to panic, you don't have to rush. Just ensure everything is moving smoothly. And this is how you do your tomatoes, how I do my tomatoes. So, first of all, it came with some pincher on the wall, so I'm just going to cut that off because I don't know if it was a prick or what it was. Okay, so the next thing you need to do is cut off the bottom like this in a V shape, and then you're going to take it all out like that, like that. you're left with is usually the skin. When you blend your tomatoes like this, the stew just becomes a smooth thing. It's like using tomato paste. So I'd really highly recommend it. Also, when you're grating, just be careful not to cut your fingers. Yeah. Yeah, so this is it. Now the skin done. That aside. So now our rice is dried. Remember that heat that we turned to 1? Now it needs to go to off. Okay? Yeah, and I was just checking the bottom if it was burning. It did not. And our rice has cooked perfect. Just leave it covered, turn off the heat completely now, and set this aside. Oops, I almost spilled the very important part of the tomato, the juice. Okay, so check and set this aside. Next thing you need to do is chop your onions, and then we can start the journey. So this need to sit here. I'm trying to utilize my space because I don't have a lot of space. Okay, so take off the first dry skin out. You're left with the soft part of the tomato, the onion, sorry. Cut it into half, wash it again because otherwise you're going to cry for no reason and nobody wants to see you cry. Okay? Then cut this into slices you desire. It doesn't matter how you cut them. Okay, so those are my sizes. Guys, they're almost done. The next thing I'm going to do is wash the spinach. a small chunk because I don't need too much. Like that. That's enough. The rest is going back to storage. And this needs to come too. Okay, so wash the spinach. For hygiene purposes, always wash your veggies because they've come from far. The farmer has done their jobs to bring you healthy vegetables. So your duty is literally just to wash them. That's done. We're almost starting the drying process. And before that, I'm just going to clean everything that I've used before this that was sitting in my sink. Mixing them here. Perhaps the grater. So guys, while you watch, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment. I know a lot of people are like, why is she not responding to comments? Well, currently my hands are held up. Once I get a small bit of a chance, when everything is cooking nicely, I'm going to give back the shout outs to everybody that is sending the comments. So please keep the comments coming, and while you enjoy the viewing, just make sure you're liking and subscribing and telling us something. Tell us something. I don't know. We'd like to hear from you. What do you think about the channel? What is your take on what you're doing? I know these days people are like, well, everybody has a YouTube channel. Yours is not special. I know. But like, I'm also just trying to create content and be active and actually show. Wow, made a whole noise. Yeah, and like, I'm just trying to show my content, creating, you know, just life experiences. That's not bad, I know. I mean, like, I know somebody's gonna say, well, everybody has a YouTube channel now, you know, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and like I said, maybe one day I will get to talk about how becoming a YouTube content creator is really the hardest thing you could do. And a lot of people really just don't know how hard that is. I mean, people always joke that if you think you have friends, try having a YouTube channel. Yeah, we'll see those friends. Try having a YouTube channel. We will see. We'll see. Okay. So my onions are done. They're ready. My tomatoes are done. My potatoes are done. Almost everything is done. So my chicken that is grilled is here. My pre-grilled chicken, and I need to cut this in desirable shapes that I want. You can cut them in whichever shape you want, but I think I'm gonna go with like strips. Yeah. So it's also very soft, so like it doesn't need a lot of work. And the good thing is it's already pre-cooked, so no biggie there. It has this smoky aroma to it. I don't know where they grill it. I think it was pan grilled, or maybe just on a grill, I don't know. Whichever way it is, okay. Just complete it. Yeah. So I have cut them into strips. I'm just going to dump them in there. Like this again. And as of now, we're just waiting for the pan to heat so we can start the whole process. Because once you start now, there's no stopping. And the next thing we will go directly to serving. So always make sure you're washing as you go, you're cleaning as you move, because once you finish, you're going to be too tired. You're going to be too exhausted to do anything else. And okay, so in the meantime, let me just send some shout outs to everybody that has been sending me messages. So we have Zipporah Machoka. I know this person is from Kenya. Yeah, because I can tell the name. Okay, so hi Zipporah. Zipporah said hi. Hi Zipporah, shout out to you. So Zipporah Machoka says hi. Are you cooking pizza? No, I'm not cooking pizza today, but like I will one day make pizza for you guys, and you can see how easy it is to actually do it from home. And well, maybe one day you can surprise your family with, let's just make pizza from home for once, okay? So yeah, I'm not making pizza, but yeah. Eric Higginson said hi love. Hi Eric, how are you? Welcome to the channel. Marcus for cold said hi. Hi Marcus. Is it Marcus? Maceo looks like Marcus. Okay, so Nomafello said hi. Hi Nomafello, shout out to you. Good news. Ocon said hi, not Acon. Ocon said hi. Hi Ocon, shout out to you. Silo. Okay, Silo, we're not gonna read yours, but thank you for watching. Ronald Ad said hi. Hi Ronald, shout out to you. So yeah, I feel like somebody was saying something weird over here. His name is Miguel, but I don't know. I'm not gonna read that. So we have Zach who said hi. Hi Zach, shout out to you. We have Samuel Morris who said hi. Hi Samuel, shout out to you. I think those are all the comments. Then we have Giuli Roldi who said hello. The first one who said hello. So hi guys, thank you so much for joining me. Currently I can hear my pan is already dried up and it's ready to have some oil in it, so let's do that. Okay, continue to send us those comments, continue to like, share, subscribe, you know, tell us what you think. All right, so that is our oil. I added enough oil because I need the potatoes to actually pre-fry. Like I need them to dry fry first. Okay? Yeah, so we're just gonna wait for the oil to heat up. While we do that, I'm just gonna cut my spinach into half with my hands because if I cut it with a knife, it's gonna be too tiny, too stringy. Just need to stay in these big chunks. until the oil can shout at me, I usually don't believe it's ready. So just to be safe, I always do that. I test it with some water, like I just touch some water and I try to dip it in there, like that. Yeah, so the quicker it dries that water, oh, healthy. If it's ready or not. Oil is really scary because when it jumps, it doesn't care. It can land anywhere. And you need to be careful. So from now and forth, everything we use, as long as we've turned it in the mix, we wash it, we put it away. Okay? Just to make our work easier when we are done with the cooking. So I need my potatoes to turn brown on both sides because I want them to have that kind of stick together potatoes rather than mushy looking soft boiled potatoes. Okay, that's what I'm going for. So we still haven't gotten the roast well. I'm just gonna let it sit there for a while. Nope. So the point is we need it half cooked, not overly cooked. We need it to actually just turn brown all around. That's what we're looking for. Goodness. Okay, so now we can change them. So now you're basically just gonna turn them all the way around so that the other sides can get roasted too. I like to do this with rice dishes because one, it keeps the potato like cooked in a different style, and two, it doesn't let it turn into smushy kind of boiled looking potatoes. Okay, so basically I do this for those two reasons. Yes, so even when you add something else and you keep boiling, it doesn't affect them. Okay, so you're just gonna turn them all the way, the other side. Yeah, so I'm tenderly turning these potatoes the opposite way, and yeah, I get too delicate with this process because while you're turning one, the other one is sliding off to the wrong corner and turning in the wrong direction. But the good thing is everything is ready, just waiting to jump in here and do its thing. Yeah, some are acting like they did not sign up for this, but I have no time for that. They're dancing and sliding like, wait a minute. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. So, okay, so don't mind my jokes. The next thing I need to add is my onions, my green and red bell peppers, and the next thing is my tomato that has a very, very lovely soup to it. And yeah. So basically, remember, I'm not trying to have them fully cooked because they're still going to cook with the rest of these things. And you just don't want them to mash up together. Like, you want them to still stand steady when you're serving or when you are adding something else, and they don't look washed up and boiled up and stuff. Okay, so the next thing is our onions, which I need to come out in this moon shape, crescent moon designer. Okay, so yeah, look at that. That's what we do. So I don't need my onions to literally turn brown. They don't have to. They have no pressure to. I just need them to soak in the oil. Yeah. Like I said, I don't need our onions to turn brown. I just needed them to sort of absorb the oil and not interfere with the potatoes. The next thing I'm gonna add is our red and green bell peppers. That's it. Okay. And for some reason the heat just decides shutting me off. And I hate when it does that because what do you mean? What are you talking about? Okay. Now let's rinse off everything we have used up until here. Mr. Officer, please. I love adding green and red bell peppers to any meal because it just gives it a vibrant color, which is really, really something that if you're a foodie, you will fall in love with because it just brightens up your plate. For some reason, it just decides, black, you know, for some reason, yeah. So the next thing I need to add is our tomato, the grated tomato, and that's where we go in all the way. Then we add in some salt because it helps the tomato blend in faster. This is something that we used to say as kids, and I have noticed that it actually does work. So yeah. So I'm just gonna leave my tomatoes in there. I need them to soften up, cook, and then I'll come back to check up on it. Lord, is it burning? No. Okay, so our tomato has reduced in heat and everything. And guys, this is what I was talking about, okay? The tomato has reduced, the potatoes haven't crushed one bit. That's what I meant. Okay, so from here, you add your chicken. The spinach, you're gonna add that at the last minute. But from here, you add your chicken strips, big chunky strips. Yeah, you add those. Turning around, get it in that mix. Looks yummy. I haven't tasted this, but it looks a lot yummy. Remember, my chicken was pre-grilled, so I just added it into this mix when it was already cooked. And basically, it is something that's already cooked, so don't be shocked if I don't let it sit in here for long, apart from just heating up, okay? Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little tiny bit of water because I need it to get to the chicken and to warm it up and to mix the flavors basically. So I added some very, very tiny amount of water. This is where you taste whether your salt is enough, because there's no other place you're gonna add it. This is it. Let's do some salt. Some black pepper. Of course, freshly grinded black pepper. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna add that on top. That looks very beautiful. So at this point, if you want to add any spices, do it now or forever hold your peace. Okay, so this is my paprika. I just need it for the coloring. Yes, that's done. I'm gonna turn it slightly around. Yeah, the salt kicked in very well. Okay, so now that it's boiling, I'm gonna add my spinach that was hand shredded. Okay, it was literally hand shredded. And once the spinach fades in there, I'm taking this lid off the pan. Okay? Once my spinach fades in there, that's it. We're done. In the meantime, let's clean up this strip, and we can show you how it looks like, the final product. And yes. Okay, so our spinach has turned green, has turned dark green, so it's coming close to ready, and I need to serve. We need to serve. So basically, I don't have a lid, a pot lid that is big enough to cover this, and that's why I haven't really covered it. So yeah. I love how the green is playing in the mix of color, and it's nice. It's giving. It's giving a lot. Okay guys, now we're gonna serve this meal. And I got something new here. I hope it looks nice on this. If it doesn't, this is gonna be the last time I'm using this plate. Okay? Sir? Sir? I love it. I love it. Okay, let's go. Stew ready, rice ready. Let's have this meal. Let's see how it goes. So today we are going to do some restaurant rice serving technique. Don't fall. If you've worked in a restaurant, you probably know how they serve rice, and you already know where I'm going with this. So. Good for you. Good for you. Ottilia, good for you. Good for you. Okay, so I just need it to sit in there. I don't want it to stick. It was either this or oiling my bowl, which I don't want to do that because I don't like uncooked oil. Okay, there you go. Remember, our rice is sticky rice, and it's the kind that has aroma that will take you from the ground floor to the bottom floor. Yes, so also very sticky, as it is common for that kind of rice. You're just gonna put it in there and like sit on it a little bit with a spoon. Just press it down with a spoon. Oopsie. Then we're gonna plate it. Oh, it landed right in it. Oh my lord. It literally landed there. So the next thing we're doing, our chicken, our tasty chicken is just gonna walk around there. Stop it, sir. our chicken is just gonna sit around this area, around the block. Okay, our nicely fried potatoes are going to follow in the pattern, and our spinach, don't even mention, she's just gonna sit right next to them. I love how everything patterns in together, and it's just lovely to watch. I am a foodie, so everything that comes to how a meal is cooked and presented excites me, so yeah. I love me some well presented meals. So guys, this is our meal. I know, she's looking very pretty. Yay. What do you think about this plate though? Is it nah, is it a no or a yes, or what do you think? Yeah, so this is us, this is our meal. Sometimes they don't look as nice when I do them here until I take a picture and then I post it, and then it's giving the whole picture. But this is our meal: some rice, some vegetable chicken grilled stew made in there with some spinach. And yeah, this is us. Thank you so much for watching. Please always subscribe to our channel so you can watch more. We have plenty of meals that we have made on this channel on live stream. You can always go back and watch those. But in case you're ever short of any dinner ideas and you're just trying to make something different, then you can hop into our channel. We're always making something every single evening. Thank you so much for watching. Please do enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy the rest of your night. It's a good night and bye. See you again tomorrow. Bye.